Hi everyone, this is Kishore and welcome to Excel Learning Program. In this session, we are going to look at cell styles under Home tab. There are different cell styles over here. One is Insert, Delete and Format. Let us explore what are these options over here. So now, I am just keeping my cursor position over here and click on Insert. The first option is Insert Cells. When I click on Insert Cells, I am getting a dialog box called Insert. So how do you want to insert a cell? Do you want to shift the cells to right, or do you want to shift cells to down, or entire row do you want to insert, or entire column do you want to insert? Let us explore all these things. You can also get the same thing using mouse right click, insert, like this. We have already explored all these in the previous lessons. However, let us also see now. Whenever I insert a cell and if I click down, it will down that respective portion like this, or if I click right, it will be moved to right side like this, or if I click insert a row, it will insert a row. A row can be inserted in different ways. One is giving right click, insert, and from here you can insert row. Another one is use shift and space bar, use control shift and plus. Now in this way also you can insert a row, or you can select number of rows and use control shift and plus. You can insert the number of rows which you have selected like this. There are different ways to insert a row. You can either follow any of the inserting styles. You can also select the entire row like this and give right click, and you can also click on insert like this. Also you can insert a row. Now let us go to the next one, that is entire column. If you want to insert entire column in between, if I click OK by selecting entire column, now it has been inserted a column. You can also insert a column by giving right click and insert entire column, okay. Or you can also select entire column using control space bar and control plus shift and plus key like this. If you want to insert more than columns, one or two columns, you can select control shift and plus. We have already observed this in the earlier sessions. Now let us go to the next option called insert sheet rows. Now you can select the number of rows like this, and you can directly insert sheet rows like this, or you can select only single cell and select insert sheet rows. It will insert rows like this. Insert sheet columns. If you want to insert a column, you can also insert a column. We have already seen all these features earlier itself. Now let us go to insert sheet. You can insert sheet in two ways. One is go to sheet tab and give right click and insert. It will give you like this, and you can click OK to insert a new sheet, or you can also go to insert and insert sheet. Now it has been inserted a sheet. Now you can rename your sheet like this. Based on your requirement, you can rename test, enter, or you can also edit whatever the sheet you want. If you want to test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, you can also edit. If you want to delete the sheet, give right click and delete the sheet like this. You can insert all these options. Now let us go to next option called delete. Delete cells. If you want to delete cells, if you want to delete this cell, you can delete the cell. See, shift cells up, entire row. Do you want to delete entire row or entire column, or by deleting this cell, do you want to shift this cell up? If I click OK, now this trade and other receivables came up. Earlier it is cash and cash equivalents. Now trade and other receivables came up. See, whenever you insert, whenever you delete a particular cell and using shift up means the below rows will be come up, but not the rest of the columns will not come. Say earlier trade and other receivables value is 1,128,000. Now if you give right click and delete, delete cells up. Now trade and other receivables values 62,000, 6,29,797. Be careful while you are using this functionality. So now delete cells we have seen. Delete cells to left side. If you click this functionality, this cell will be moved to next one. See, earlier if you observe, trade and other receivables is the description over here. Now for 2013 the value is 1,128,000. Now if you use this functionality, delete cells to left, now 2013 value is changed as 1,04,877. So based on your requirement you can use this functionality. You can also select entire cells and use this functionality like this. You can delete like this. Based on your requirement you can use these functionalities. And delete sheet rows. So you can select rows like this, and if you want to delete, we have already observed that we can delete in different ways. One is giving right click and delete, it will be deleted. I am doing undo. Again you can also do control shift minus. What I am going to do is control minus, not shift. Control minus. Earlier control shift plus will be added, control minus will be for deletion of rows. Now you can also do the same thing using delete rows feature. Now you can also keep the cursor position like this. If you want to delete that particular row, you can use like this, delete sheet rows like this. You can also delete the entire row, will be deleted. You can also get the same using control minus like this. Select the entire row, control minus like this. You can delete the rows and columns. Now go to delete sheet columns. If you delete sheet columns, it will be deleted like this. Select or delete columns like this, or you can keep the cursor position on any of the columns like this and delete columns. Now that column has been deleted. You can also do the same thing using control spacebar to select a column and use control minus to delete a column like this. You can also do the same thing. Now delete sheet. If you want to delete the entire sheet, say for example, now what I am going to do is I am inserting a sheet. If you click OK, a sheet will be inserted. However, you can also insert the sheet by selecting this one. There is a small button over here, insert sheet button. See, sheet will be inserted. See, I want to delete the sheet. Say delete sheet. If you click OK, now my sheet 8 has been deleted. Like this, you can insert rows, columns and cells, or delete rows, columns and sheet based on your requirement. The next feature is format. Now I want to increase the row height. How can I increase the row height? Say the existing row height is 15. I want to insert a row height as 20. See, my row height has been changed to 20. You can observe, if you change the row height to 40, then see now my row height has been changed to 40. Like this, you can change the row height of selected row, or you can also select number of rows and increase the row height to 40. You can also get the same thing done using, just keep your cursor position on the row starting position and give right click and use row height from here. See, from here also you can increase the row height like this, right? The next option is auto fit row height. Now what I am going to do is I am selecting this one and using auto fit row height. Actually here the description is fine for the row height. If the description is big, then let us see now. If hope you observed this one. Now what I am going to do is I am decreasing the row height to 3.3 3. This is my row height. You can observe over here 6 and 8 there is a row. In between 6 and 8 there is a row called 7. But that 7 is not enough to see what is the contents in that 7th row, because that is very small. Now you can select the number of rows like this and go to auto fit row height. Now you can observe 7th row is visible in a proper manner. Like this you can auto fit the row height. Let us go to the next feature, column width. You can also increase the column width. Now the column width is 13. You can also increase the column width to 30, or you can select the entire columns like this and increase the column width 30. So you can give even column width to all the columns which you have selected. You can also do the same thing using, we have already observed this one, selected the columns. I have selected columns. You can also drag the column width like this. Select the entire column and drag. The desired position you dragged it, it will be evenly distributed to all the columns. Like this you can also do. Like this. Give right click and column width. You can also give column width like this. Based on your requirement you can choose any of these options. Now let us go to the next feature, auto fit column width. If you observe, there are some values, some description over here, cash and cash equivalents, but only I am able to see cash and cash. But what about the equivalents? See, if you observe the formula bar, I am able to see the entire description, but here in this cell I am unable to see. Now I want to auto fit the column width of this column. Now auto fit column width. See, now this has been fitted. You can also do the same thing by selecting the entire column and give right click. Column width we have already seen. You can also do with shortcut Alt O C A. This is the shortcut to auto fit the column. Now let us go to the next feature, default width. If you want to set a default width, standard width 8. If you want to set a default width to 15 or 16, then it will give a default width to all the columns as 16. You can observe the default width of all the columns is 16. Now you can also set the default width of all the columns like that. Based on your requirement you can use these functionalities. Default width. Now hide and unhide. Under hide and unhide we have different features or here. Now this is hide rows, hide columns. Now what I want to show you is, I want to show you a simple example how to hide rows. I am deleting right. I want to keep up to here. See, now I want to show only this portion in the sheet. I don't want to show any of the other rows or columns in this particular sheet. Now I want to show up to this portion. Now what I am going to do is, from the below I am selecting, I am using shift and space bar and using control shift and down arrow to select the entire worksheet row except the above rows. Now you can go to format and hide and unhide rows. You can click on hide rows, or you can also do the same thing using right click hide. If you give right click, there is hide option. You can click on hide. Now all the rows have been hidden. How do I need to hide the columns? Now you can also do the same thing using control space bar, using control shift and right arrow. Earlier we have used down arrow to select the rows. Now we have used control shift right arrow to select the entire columns except the columns which we have left. You can also use right click from here, or you can do format. You can go to format and select hide and unhide, hide columns. See, now I am able to see only the respective portion which I have left. I am unable to see any other which is available in this entire worksheet. Then don't worry how to I need to unhide the rows and columns. You can select entire worksheet and go to hide and unhide rows. If you click unhide rows, now my rows have been unhidden. Now if you click unhide columns, select entire worksheet and go to unhide columns. Now my columns have been unhidden. Like this you can hide and unhide respective columns and rows. If you hide the columns and if you want to show something to your friends, you can even show this is not even an Excel sheet like that. So they will not even understand how you did this trick. So you can utilize that trick like that and unhide. So hide rows we have seen, hide columns we have seen, unhide rows we have seen, unhide columns we have seen. Now if I want to hide this sheet, you can do this functionality in two ways. One is from here you can hide the sheet. Now my sheet has been hidden. Now how to unhide? You can go to format under hide and unhide sheet. You can click. This is the sheet which we have hidden earlier. If you click OK, the sheet will be unhidden. You can also hide the sheet by giving right click to the sheet tab and click hide. Like this you can also do. How do I need to undo? Go to any of the sheets and give right click and click on unhide. In which sheet you want to unhide? If you hide two or more sheets, that will give you list of sheets. Then you can click on the respective sheet you want to unhide. You can select and click OK. Now my sheet has been unhidden. Like this you can hide and unhide. Now the next one is rename sheet. We have already observed we can rename the sheet like this. From here you can type whatever you want, TEST something like that, or you can give right click to the sheet tab and rename. Like this also you can rename the sheet. Now go to move or copy sheet. You can move the sheet to in between any of the sheets which are available in this, or move to end. Like this we can move the sheet, respective sheet, to any of the sheets. Or you can also create a copy. I want to create a copy of skip blank sheets. There is a sheet called skip blanks. I want to create a copy of that particular sheet. Create a copy and move to end. If I click OK, now my cursor position is in cells group. Now I am deleting this one, deleting the sheet. Now to go to skip blanks, give right click and move or copy. Now skip blanks to be create a copy and move to end. See, now skip blanks have been created. The sheet has been created at the end of the all worksheet called skip blanks 2. Like this you can also create your worksheets. Now I am deleting this worksheet which have been created like this. Now more copy, we have already seen this one. Tab color, you can also give nice tab color to this tab. See, I have given red color to this tab. However, you can also give mouse right click and select tab color from here also. Like this you can give nice tab colors based on your requirement. You can give nice tab color. You can click no color if that is already applied as a tab color. If you go to more colors, you can select from here also. You can select and give tab colors based on your requirement. See, green, yellow and red colors have been came now. Now you can delete tab color by giving no color, or you can also say earlier my tab color is like this. I am selecting a tab color blue. For this I am selecting tab color yellow. Now you can select sheets using shift key and give right click and tab color no color. It means for all the sheets you can delete your tab color at once itself. See, using shift you can directly select, hold shift key and select the number of sheets you want to, then you can remove the tab color. Like that you can do. Now tab color we have already seen. This is very important topic, that is protect sheet. So if I want to protect the sheet for not editing, for not filtering, say for example, if I want to filter male and female, I can directly filter from here, male and female. I'm able to filter female. Now I'm able to get only male like this. But I don't want users to filter the sheet or users to delete the sheet. If I want to delete this area, I can directly delete. But I don't want any of the other members delete the sheet unless they know the password. Now what I'm going to do is I am protecting the sheet. You can protect the sheet in two ways. One is giving go to format and protect sheet, or you can also give right click to the sheet and protect sheet. From here also you can protect the sheet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm giving a password to my sheet. So these are all the different functionalities which are available for the sheet. But do you want to lock all the functionalities? Yes. Say for example, format cells I want. So I don't want anyone to format the cells of this particular sheet. I don't want format columns. I don't want format rows. I don't want insert rows or insert columns. No one can insert, or no one can insert columns, or no one can insert rows in this particular sheet, especially when no one can insert hyperlink, and no one can delete rows, or no one can delete columns, or no one can sort columns or use auto filter. No one can use auto filter. Earlier we have used auto filter and select male and female employees. Now if you select this and give password, no one can filter it out. Now use pivot tables, edit objects, and every scenario I am giving I'm giving some password over here. Now you can give password like this. Now I am saving this one. Now you can observe this sheet. I want to auto filter this one. You can not auto filter this. You cannot use this command on protect sheet. To use this command, you must first unprotect the sheet. So this is how it is stating to unprotect the sheet. Even though if you go there, you cannot unprotect the sheet unless you know the password. So now I want to delete this area. So I am trying to delete this area. No, I want to apply some cell styles to this area. I am able to apply this. I want to insert a column like this. I am able to insert a column. So you can also protect inserting columns in this worksheet based on the protection requirement that you have given to that sheet. Under protect sheet you can give like this. So delete columns cannot be done. Now what I am going to do is insert columns, insert rows, delete columns, delete rows. Now deleting this one. Now I am able to insert a column because I am removed those. Now let us see whether I am able to insert a row. See, insert has been disabled. Like this you can restrict an user to insert columns, insert rows, format cells, everything you can restrict from the protected sheet. Now I want to unprotect this sheet. I have unprotected. Now this insert is enabled. Like this you can use protect sheet option. Lock cell. See, if I want to lock this cell, I can lock the cell by protecting the sheet. But this will help you to understand only in case of protected, in case of you done sheet under protected. If your sheet is protected, then all your locked cells will be in non-editable mode. You cannot edit the cells if those are locked, if your sheet is protected. Now what I am going to do is, see, so far I have shown you how to protect the sheet. Now what I am going to do is, see, now I am selecting this area. Let us do one thing. I am selecting this area and give right click, go to format cells. There is a option called protection. There is a tab called protection over here. Now all these cells have been locked. Yes. Okay. Now I am protecting the sheet. Now what I am going to do, I am selecting this area, go to format cells. Now I am unlocking these cells. I am not locked these cells. I am unlocking these cells, but whereas these cells have been locked. You can observe whether those are locked or not. See, those are locked. Those are locked. But these cells have been removed from locking. Now I am giving right click, protect sheet. I am giving some password. Now if I want to delete something from here, I am unable to delete. However, if I want to delete from this column, because we haven't locked these cells, now I am able to delete these values. Like this, you can give control to some columns and some values to the users and remove control to the other values and other rows. Like this, you can give control. This control can be given through locked cells and unlocked cells. Like this, you can utilize this functionality. Now unprotect sheet. If you click unprotect sheet, it will ask password. If you type your password, that will be unprotected. Now that's fine. Now I can delete anything from here like this. Now locked cell, format cells. This is the one which we have already observed, format and hidden. So hidden means if you, these two functionalities will work only if you protect the sheet. See, you can observe the same thing over here. Lock cells or hiding formulas has no effect until you protect the worksheet. So there is no use until you protect the worksheet. So this is how it is showing you the functionalities. This is the end of the lesson. Thank you.